So you just spent $200 on a new microphone and you want it to sound like you're a radio host. Or maybe you've not quite got the budget and you want to make the most out of your $30 microphone. In this episode, we're going to give you 5 tips to get the best out of your kit. Even with the most expensive microphones, you can end up with poor quality audio. Something that sounds a little bit like this. This is me recording into a $200 microphone without applying any of these tips. With just a few technique changes and maybe a little bit of equipment, you can have it sounding like this. And this is me recording into that same microphone, having followed all the tips in this video. The most important thing is the proximity effect, and this will have the most impact on how your microphone sounds. It refers to how close you are, or the proximity you have to your microphone. The closer you are to the microphone, the better it will sound. As you move away, your microphone will start to sound much more tinny, and you also have to boost the gain on your recorder, which can result in more hiss. The biggest tip for getting close to your microphone is to purchase a stand. You can either get a boom arm which attaches to your desk and you can move around, or a desk stand which just sits on your tabletop. Both will bring the mic closer to your mouth and will cost you less than $20. You can get this newer boom arm on Amazon for $16 like the one I'm using in this video, or get a Rode PSA-1 like the one here. This will be useful if you've got a heavier microphone. When you speak into the mic and you get quite close to it, you can end up hearing a lot of plosives, which are those unpleasant P sounds when short, sharp bursts of air hit the microphone. Some microphones are more sensitive to this than others, but there are certain things you can do to help stop this happening. The first thing, you can move your mic to an angle so you're not talking directly into it, rather talking past the microphone or over it. You can also purchase a pop filter or a foam cover, which will help trap some of that air before the plosives hit the microphone. Here's an example of my microphone speaking into it without a pop filter. Peter Piper picked on a podcaster's plosives. And then here it sounds when I talk past it with a pop filter. Peter Piper picked on a podcaster's plosives. If you combine both of these methods, your harsh plosives will be almost eliminated. Have you ever heard of hot or clipped audio? If I turn up my gain too high, you end up with audio that sounds like this. I am so sorry to do this to you, but this is what clipped audio sounds like. Horrible, right? This is because the gain levels have resulted in the volume being too high for it to capture cleanly, and with the levels, which are the squiggly waveforms, are being clipped off at the top. You want to ensure that when you're setting your levels, they aren't too high so that they are clipping, and not have them too low that you have to boost your volume in post. If you have to boost the volume too much in your editing software, there will be a lot of noise. To get the levels just right, wear a pair of headphones to monitor audio as you're recording and take a look at the level meter. Most meters will turn red if the audio is clipping, so try to keep it below 0 decibels at the peaks. Sound treatment can make a huge difference. I can understand it can sometimes be unavoidable. In our Best Beginner Podcasting Setups video, I explain the difference sound treatment can make into how your microphone sounds. Take a look at this. Honestly, if you have nowhere else to record a podcast, go and sit in your car, start recording, and it will sound fantastic. It's isolated from all the sound outside of the car, and it's got dampening materials all throughout. Or you could record in a wardrobe or a cupboard like this one I have here, because all the clothes that are hanging up will absorb a lot of the sound and you won't get much echo at all. Or if you want the best audio quality that you can get in your house, you can record under a duvet or a blanket and you can sound like you're in a professional podcast studio. As you can hear, just by going to 3 different locations with 3 different types of sound dampening, it could make a big impact on your audio. If you'd like some cheap ways to improve your setup, I'd recommend putting a rug or a carpet down where you record and hanging a duvet or some clothes on the wall or the doors behind where you're recording. This will stop that echo and the sound bouncing off of any hard surfaces. For those looking more to invest in their podcast studio, then you can purchase some acoustic panels and attach them to your ceiling and your walls. The foam panels you see from Amazon will make a marginal difference, so I wouldn't always recommend these, but if you like the aesthetics, then go ahead and get some. I mentioned this before, but wearing headphones could be the difference between good and bad audio. You want to be able to extract the best possible sound from your microphone, right? Wearing headphones means that you can monitor audio from your microphone, so you'll be aware if anything goes wrong with your mic and also ensure the levels are at a point that you're happy with. Headphones will also mean you're unlikely to get any mic bleed when recording remotely, which is when the echo from the other person on the podcast is picked up in your microphone. Tools like Riverside.fm do have echo cancellation built in for when you don't have headphones, but this may end up compressing your audio a little bit, so you won't get the highest quality as possible. And finally, a bonus tip here. Using Riverside.fm for your remote recordings will mean you're getting the best possible quality from your nice, expensive microphone. If you have a conferencing software like Zoom, your audio will be ruined by, let's say, over-enthusiastic compression, and will end up sounding worse than recording just into your phone. Riverside.fm also has many podcast-specific features to ensure you and your co-hosts are getting the most out of the quality for your remote recording. If you spend lots of money on a microphone, you'll want it to sound the best it can. First, ensure you've got a good mic technique by getting nice and close to the microphone and speaking over it, or to the side to avoid plosives. Pick up a mic stand and pop filter to help you with this. Monitor your levels using headphones and check you're not clipping. Finally, use Riverside.fm to get the best quality from your microphone remotely. As always, we love having conversations with you in the comments. Are there any tips I missed out or anything you've done to improve your microphone technique or how your microphone sounds? Make sure you leave a comment below. We're going to be producing a bunch more videos on this YouTube channel about podcasting, video interviews and more. So if you want to learn more about starting and growing a podcast, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for watching.